And topic number one, this is a big one today, comes to us from Brandon from Calgary. And Brandon writes, "Hey Cody, I love the show. I was wondering what your thoughts were on Adam Peaty currently. His recent injury led to a performance at the Commonwealth Games that wasn't as dominant as we're used to seeing. In a recent Instagram post, he said that this was probably his last Commonwealth Games. Does this mean that the greatest 100-meter breaststroker of all time is close to retiring? What does this mean for his legacy? Where does this leave the 100 breaststroke event in the future? Thanks. I look forward to Mondays every single week." All right. Thank you, Brandon, for that submission. And yes, let's go ahead and dive into this. The men's 100 breaststroke, the reign of the great Adam Peaty, the greatest 100 breaststroker of all time, certainly the world record holder. This past year, he's dealt with an injury. He competed at the Commonwealth Games, didn't do as well as he would have wanted to. Obviously, he was probably operating at about 60%. But then he went on to win the 50 breaststroke at that competition. And he put up an Instagram post fairly recently, and I'm going to read you a small part of that Instagram post. It's kind of long. So right here, quote, "It took a whole lot of courage and balls to come back and fight for the 50 meter. I could have just easily let life pass me by and gone home. It was the only title I hadn't won in my career, and this games was high likely to be my last Commonwealths. The love for the sport just hasn't been the same the past 2 years, mainly down to burnout and fatigue. I feel a spark and a hunger inside me that I haven't felt in a long time." End quote. So that comes directly to us from Adam Peaty's Instagram, where he said it was high likely to be his last Commonwealth Games. So he didn't straight up say it was going to be his last Commonwealth Games. And for all of our international viewers, the Commonwealth Games, just like the Olympics, are held every 4 years. So the next Commonwealth Games wouldn't be held until 2026. That's quite a ways away. It's a safe bet. We know that Adam is going to compete in the next Olympics. We know that Adam is going to compete in the 2024 Paris Olympics. The question then is, how much longer will he go? Will he go another year or another 2 years after that? Honestly, even Adam doesn't know the answer to that. As he said in his post, high likely that he won't be there, but he doesn't know. You never say never. So your question, where does this leave the future of the men's 100 breaststroke? Is the domination by Adam Peaty over, or is it coming to a close? Let's talk about that. So first of all, I remember when Adam set the world record back in 2015, when he first went 57 seconds. I've told the story before. Never forget where I was. That was insane. Then he wins world championships in 2015. Then at the Rio Olympics, he goes 57 low, obliterates the world record. A few years after that, 2019, he goes Project 56, success 56 seconds. And then he wins the Olympics again in Tokyo. Now, I want to paint a picture for everyone out here. People forget about this, but let me just paint you a picture. I remember sitting watching the Olympics, the Tokyo Olympics, summer of 2021, and everyone was talking about what races were up for grabs, who was going to win. We were all speculating and discussing these things as fans, right? Like, what is the outcome going to be? And when it came to the 100 breaststroke, everyone just said, well, Adam Peaty domination as always. However, I would like to paint a picture and say that the final of the men's 100 breaststroke at the Tokyo Olympics was the first time in Adam's career where there was real pressure, real applied pressure by a suitable opponent, okay? For the first time, there was someone who legitimately could beat him for the first time in years, and that man was Arno Kuminga. Because we know now what happened. We know that obviously Adam went 57.3 and Arno Kuminga went 58.0, so he won by 7/10 of a second, and it was a big win, and it was him defending his Olympic gold medal. He's the reigning champion. He's the best 100 breaststroker of all time. So that happened. However, in the build-up to that, out of prelims, they were only separated by about 2/10 of a second, 57 mid, Adam and Arno. And then out of semifinals, Adam was a little bit slower, and so was Arnold. They were separated by a little more. I think Adam was 57.6 in semifinals, and Arno was like 58.1. Okay, 0.5 of a second. But leading into the final of the men's 100 breaststroke at the Tokyo Olympics, there was a legitimate chance a legitimate chance that Petey could have been beat by Arno, because Arno had already been 57.8, second man ever to break the 58-second barrier. And in theory, if Arno had swam another lifetime best time, which wasn't out of the question, he had already gone 57. He had already broken 58 seconds at that meet currently. And if Adam had just, gone maybe a little slower than what he went in the semifinals, 57 high-ish, it would have been a nail-biter. It would have been close. It would have been a toss-up. Now, that obviously didn't happen. But I bring that up because we now live in a world where Petey has legitimately been contested. Although it only happened that one time, it has happened. So now the question becomes, what happens to the rest of the field? Is Adam going to continue to dominate, and for how much longer? Well, when you pull up the top 10 fastest male 100 breaststrokers outside of Adam that have swam the event in the last 2 years, there's really only a couple of people that I think could potentially challenge Adam. And the burden here is really on Adam. It really comes down to how fast will Adam swim. If Adam continues to swim 57 mid, if he's able to stay within 7/10 of his lifetime best time of that 56-second world record, which seems very likely, then he's going to continue to win. There's a couple people that could challenge him. Number one, obviously Arno Kuminga. Arno Kuminga's young, he's mid-20s. He absolutely has the potential to be faster, so he could challenge Adam in the 100 breaststroke. You also have the Italian Martineghi, who won the bronze medal at the Tokyo Olympics. He's been 58 low a number of times, so he has the potential to go 57. You also have Team USA's Michael Andrew. Michael Andrew has been 58-1. Michael's issue, though, is he's not very consistent with the 100 breaststroke. I believe he has the potential to go 57. I think he probably will go 57, but it's a matter of he needs to be a little more consistent in his 100 breaststroke performances. He's done really well at the United States trials multiple times, but then when he gets to the big meet, he doesn't perform quite as well. So there's that. And then you have a handful of other guys. You also have Team USA's Nick Fink, who won silver at this Worlds. He's getting a little bit older. He's moving on with his life. It's absolutely possible that he gets faster, however, unlikely. And looking at the rest of the field, there isn't anyone to me that just stands out as like, this is the next guy. So I do believe Adam is absolutely going to maintain his dominance, unless there's someone that comes out of the woodworks that we don't know about, which is possible. We're still 2 years away from the Paris Olympics. And Adam will be 29 years old at the Paris Olympics. He absolutely can be in the physical shape to still go 57 mid or faster and maintain that dominance. And right now, Adam is seen as the world's best male breaststroker. For sure. He's the world record holder. He obliterated the world record. He's so much farther ahead of the field. And now he's the back-to-back Olympic champion in the 100 breaststroke. However, history remembers medals, not necessarily records. We, the swimming world, remember times. We, the swimming nerds, remember swimming times, remember the records. But 99% of people, the remainder of the world, they only remember the Olympic performances. They only remember the medals. So in terms of the overall history, where Adam will lie on the Mount Rushmore of swimmers will really come down to how well can he perform at the Paris Olympics, in my opinion, right? Because right now, Adam is the definitive best 100 breaststroker in the world who's ever lived. However, he's not necessarily the best breaststroker of all time. I believe that title still lies with Japan's Kosuke Kitajima. Kosuke Kitajima won the 100 breaststroke at 2 Olympicses. So what Adam has done has been done before. He won the Athens Olympic gold and he won the 2008 Beijing Olympic gold. He also held the world record. I believe he was the first man to ever go 58 seconds, to break the 59 barrier. In addition to that, he also won the 200. He won the 200 breaststroke at both of those Olympicses as well. So he dominated both distances. So I believe he currently is still the greatest breaststroker of all time, if we're having that conversation, right? Just my opinion, sure. However, if Adam goes to Paris and once again defends his Olympic gold and wins again, then he's in the conversation of the greatest breaststroker of all time. My opinion, right? This is all just opinions, semantics, sure, but it's fun to talk about. So the interesting thing is going to be how good can Adam be at 29 years old at the Paris Olympics? And who in the field can challenge him? Can it be Arno again? Can it be one of those other guys I just listed? Is there somebody else that I haven't listed? Let me know in the comment section below what you all think. But the answer to the question, is Adam Peaty's domination of the event over? No, I don't think so. Absolutely not. I think he's going to keep killing it, and it's exciting to watch. You know, I'm rooting for him because I want to see the greatest breaststroker in the world be the greatest breaststroker in the world. But on the other hand, I also love a good underdog story. Like, I love seeing Arno come up and, like I said, challenge someone. I also love that story as well. So it's fun as a fan to get behind, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. But what do you all think? Please let me know in the comment section below. Is there something I'm missing? Is there something I'm forgetting? I would love to know that because it's certainly fun to talk about. And thank you, Brandon, for that submission. If you enjoyed this clip, please hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. Full episodes of The Cody Miller Show airs every Monday morning, weekly vlogs every Wednesdays. Thank you all. I will see you all soon.